What's going on, loved ones? Grace and peace be unto you. It's your boy POP and your boy 1PM. And we are now locked in to the most dangerous virtual lunchroom on the planet, the Lunch and Munch Meetup. We do this every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is what we do. We just here to serve you. Here's why. Because we believe that you can't build anything bigger than you build yourself. So we are here to give you all the tools that you need in order to build the best you possible and eliminate all excuses for you becoming the best you possible. Bro, what's going on with you, man? Happy Lunch and Munch Tuesday. Hold on. Oh, I got you. Go ahead, bro. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. I got you. Hold on. I got to unmute you. All right, unmute, bro. Hold on. Oh, it's all right. We gonna get this thing together. Hold on. Jared, what's going on? I see you in the building. I see you in the building. We locked in here. Check your joint again, bro, to see if you can unmute. Nah. Guess. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get that taken care of. All right. We get that taken care of in just a moment. But listen. We got an amazing show for you today. Amazing show for you today. If you saw the Instagram, let me adjust myself here. If you saw on IG, today we're going to be talking about getting out of your feelings. We're going to be talking about getting out of your feelings because we believe that what's hindering a lot of us is what's hindering a lot of us, and I'm guilty of it. I'm going to be honest, and me and Wayne, we're going to kind of dig into it. But our feelings, the way that we perceived a certain thing, the way that we thought that something should have panned out, the way that we thought that maybe people should have supported us, the way we thought that things should have kind of worked out, it didn't really work out that way, right? And so a lot of us get stuck in, well, how come it didn't? As opposed to being able to, not even if you can't understand it, but at least being able to get past it in order for you to continue to move forward, right? And a lot of us, we feel as if, and when Wayne hops back on, we'll hop into it a little bit more. A lot of us, we feel are stuck in how come it didn't, or how come this didn't happen, or how come this person didn't do what they said that they were going to do, or how come they said that they were going to help me do X, Y, and Z, but it never happened. And because of that, we are so stuck in, part of my dog upstairs, we are so stuck in this idea of why didn't, that is hindering us and is stealing the opportunity for us to actually pursue the thing that we believe that we should be pursuing in order for us to get the result that we believe that we should be getting, right? So we're stuck in not being our best us simply because somebody else didn't do what it is that they said that they were going to do. And that has hindered us and I believe it has hindered us to such a degree that it is even detrimental to our growth overall. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that discussion today. So let me get Wayne back in here. Wayne, what's going on, bro? Oh,
Yes,
can you hear
sir.
me? Can you hear us?
Yo, yo.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, good, bro. I can hear you. I can hear you now, bro. Okay, we back. We in the building.
Yeah.
So what we was well, yeah, that's right, that's right. So y'all can hear part of my dog on upstairs. I don't know what he barking out, but yes. So today, bro. So what I just gave a brief introduction of what we're talking about, man. Like a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it, bro. I'm guilty of it. Like, yo, so when we talked and you were mentioning, what you wanted to discuss it, I was like, tag, like, bro, in my closet for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so talk about, man, talk about this idea, man. Talk about what inspired you to even want to have this discussion today.
Um, okay, so it was a mixture of stuff, man. Um, I know we had a discussion a few weeks back just about the value of your brand. You know what I mean? And you know, where do rank yourself amongst your peers? You know what I mean? And how I was looking at it in relation to me is like, man, we have to value ourselves more than what we do. Um, in a space where we have to look at ourselves as the elite, the best of the best. Um, we have to look at ourselves as we're top tier, we're upper echelon, you know, compared to our peers and our mentors. And once we do that, people will start looking at us like that. And I had a particular instance, bro, where um I had a client reach out about booking me and they didn't want to pay me my worth. And there was a point of time where I used to just accept whatever they put at me. But I had to dial it back and say, um, what is my value? How much have I invested into this? How
100%.
much time, um, energy, and you on mute too, bro. Time, energy, visits to the chiropractor, massage visits, um, going to get a shape up. Like all that stuff is adding value to myself so I can execute from a physical standpoint
Yeah,
for a client,
100%.
or an event. And so when I dialed back and looked at all that, I'm like, okay, have I been holding myself at a higher value for a customer not to see that value?
Mm,
And then I thought about it too, bro. It's like, okay, back to support. When I first started this thing, I felt that people needed to support me, you know?
yeah.
I felt like there was a certain group of people that I felt like they had to support me. If they weren't supporting me, why weren't they supporting me? I felt like they weren't down for me. Because you have people like family that you feel like, man, you have this expectation that they supposed to support you. Now, bro, I do believe that if you really doing your thing, people should, especially family, should rock with you, but they don't necessarily have a need for it. So
Mm,
their alert or the radar might not be off like, man, let me support, you know, what Pop or what Wayne got going on.
yeah.
Let's just be real, bro. Everybody in my family not into mine. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so I have to understand that, they might not support it, and that's okay. But what happens is when we have those expectations, for people to support, or for people to value, we haven't even had those realistic expectations for ourselves, bro.
Yeah.
We haven't even put ourselves out there enough where people want to do it. They might just look at it as a hobby because have we treated that as such? You know what I mean? Have we treated our businesses, our crafts, our brands as just that, hobbies? You know, Once you get to the point where you put yourself up to that top tier level, then you can start expecting more. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
Yep.
And then for those that don't want to respect the value at that point, then you can say, okay, let me just go ahead and shift y'all over here.
Yeah.
And that's family and that's friends included.
That's right.
Once you shift them, you like, okay, let me focus on who values what I'm offering. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
Because, bro, we value Chick-fil-A because they set the standard. You
100%.
know what I mean? We valued, I'm going to sit in this long line all the way. I don't know what it's like up there, but out here in the
Same.
A,
Yep.
bro, it's going to be like a line wrapped at the club.
Yep.
But you understand they set themselves in that value. They tell you, they show you how to value them. You know what I
100%.
mean?
100%.
Chick-fil-A show you how to value their service. And so you know what they expect.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for about 15 minutes, but you don't have no problem waiting for 15 minutes because the value's already there. And then we know Chick-fil-A is like, okay, you don't have to support us. That's cool because we know somebody will, you know. Go around the corner to McDonald's. But we know somebody gonna be in this line because they set the bar, bro.
Yeah.
And they're not nasty about it.
That's a
They're
fact.
not nasty about it. They know they're only meant for a certain group of people.
Mm.
They know
Mm.
they're meant for a certain caliber of people, and they okay with that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Fact.
And so we have to have, when it comes to value and support, we have to put ourselves in that place first, and then everybody else will follow suit. Bro, nobody tripped that Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays no more.
Nope. That's a fact.
They told you, they told you what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, we closed on Sundays.
Yep.
So take it or leave it.
100%.
They
Man.
ain't, they ain't tripping on that, bro. They ain't tripping.
Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. What you saying right now is all the way on point. All the way on point. And it's interesting, man. Like as you when I thought about when we had our initial conversation, I was like, dad, yo, bro is you on point because what we often do, myself included, is we look at other people through the lenses of who we are, right? So because I might be, and you, Wayne, you might be someone who likes, who supports, who shows up, understands and values the importance of supporting and making your presence felt. Somebody else that might not be their priority. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm looking at that person and saying, "Yo, he or she is wrong because he or she didn't do X, Y, and Z because I would have done that," then that's me putting an unrealistic expectation on them because that's clearly not who they are. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I had to learn that, I guess you could say the hard way, because I all the time said, well, listen, I would have done X, Y, and Z, but they didn't do that. So I would feel a certain kind of way about those people because they didn't do what I thought what I would do in that particular situation. But that's just not who they are. That's not what they prioritize. That's not in their character. That's not what they strive for. So when people show you who they are, you have to accept who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So then that frees you from having an unrealistic expectation. That also frees you from having animosity towards this person because they didn't show up the way that you think that they were supposed to show up. So now you're feeling a certain kind of way about that person. Now you could that person could be great at 99 other things, right? And so you should celebrate that person and be willing to still stay in relationship with that person to some respect or regard, because you understand that they are still great at these particular things and y'all can still vibe and do other things. But when it comes to this thing, you can't depend on them. When it comes to this thing, that's not something that you need to expect. So because you don't expect that from them anymore, now it's no longer an expectation for you. So you can free them from that and you can free yourself from it. And now that opens you up to be able to now attract people who have like minds and like priorities of support, of encouragement, and all those type of things. And then you can now find that environment where you thrive and where you thrive in, because now you're finding people who have that like-minded priority. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I want to touch on as well, man, or another thing that I want to touch on as well that I think is so important that you spoke to was the idea of support. Like, do you really, and hear me, like, loved ones, listen, you hear my heart. Have you given somebody the something to support? And here's, and this is why I'm asking. And we were like, yo, P, what you talking about? Because oftentimes we just think, yo, as soon as I put something out there, somebody should support it. As soon as I come out with something, somebody needs to pull out their check, or they need to pull out some cash or their credit card they need to swipe. As soon as I launch this particular thing, everybody, my family, whoever it is, they need to jump on that and they need to be the first in line. And guess what? My question to us is, have you shown yourself to be consistent enough? Have you shown yourself to be someone who actually follows through with the thing, that this great idea that you have? And if so, or if not, then you have to now have grace and compassion to those who don't automatically jump to support you, because every single idea that you come up with from week to week, although it's this grand idea in your head, you have proven in the past to not be reliable when it comes to follow through. You have shown yourself to not be reliable when it comes to actually doing the thing that you said that you want to do. And how do I know this? Because I am a prime example of that. My wife, transparent moment. My wife, I'll be like, man, she should be my number one supporter. Man, she should be this. Man, it should be that, right? And so when she wouldn't get as excited about my idea as I did, I would get pissed. You know what I'm saying? I would be tight, like, yo, how's she not seeing the vision? You feel what I'm saying? But what I realized was, it wasn't that she wasn't being supportive, and it's not even that she didn't want to support me. But I had shown her so many times that I never followed through. I showed her so many times that I had these great ideas and I never saw them to fruition. So now, as her being my wife, if we threw time, money, all of us, each one of us, both of us couldn't jump off the bridge at the same time. Both of us couldn't jump all the time. If we jumped at every idea that I had and every grand idea that I had, listen, we got a mortgage to pay. We got a family to raise. So somebody got to be some sort of rational in this particular situation. So it wasn't that she didn't want to support me, and it wasn't that she wasn't my biggest cheerleader, but she in essence said to me, yo, you have to show me that you're serious. You got to show me that you're actually going to follow through on this thing. You got to show me that you're actually going to show up and do the work. And today you're super excited today, but tomorrow when that feeling is gone, you no longer pursuing it. You no longer going after it. So forgive me if I can't be excited when you launch something, because I don't know if you're going to stick to it. What I want us to consider is, maybe you're not giving people the ability to support you because you've shown them that you haven't followed through. You've shown them that you're not going to actually do the thing that you say that you're going to do. So they want to support you, but you have given them nothing to support. I just had it, and this is transparency. Like, I'm talking from me first.
You're now tuned into the most dangerous virtual lunchroom on the planet, the Lunch and Munch Meetup. We're here every single Tuesday at 12:30 EST.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we only have a few more minutes left. I want to say this, man. Pop out. My moment was, it was some years back. I was sitting in the barber chair, and Jay was cutting me, and he said, "What you got going on this weekend?" I said, "Man, got a Miami event." He said, just plain as day. He said, "Man, you off and on with that Miami thing, ain't you?"
Wow. Wow. Hold on. Hold on. Major bar. Major
He
bar.
said, he said, "You off and on with that Miami thing, ain't you?"
Wow.
Man, when I tell you I was burning inside, I said, man, he just called me out. And then I thought about it. I said, he's right.
Mm.
You know, I had expectations for myself that I had nowhere near tracking to where I was supposed to be. I hadn't even set no value on it for myself.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm expecting one thing, bro, but I couldn't even get it because I hadn't even valued what I was expecting.
100%. Woo.
Bro, so I'm like, so at that moment, bro, I changed it down. And man, when I changed it, bro, that's when things start happening for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's when I changed how I valued it. That's when I started getting support galore. And it wasn't from family.
Yeah.
Granted, I had family that supported. I'm not saying that. But if we was to put in a circle of support,
Yeah.
it's more organic
Mm.
than family and friends.
Yeah.
Family and friends starting to come on now because they're seeing it. But when I changed my value on how I valued it, bro, that's when everything started happening, bro.
100%. No. 100%, man. Hey, you know what's so crazy? And shout out to Jared in the chat. Shout out to Blue Heart Faith. She quoted Eric Thomas. And at the end of the day, you know what's interesting, man? Nobody else is responsible for our vision, man. Like nobody else is responsible to support us. Like it'll be nice. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have the support. It's nice to know that people are rocking with you. But the reality of it is that it's not going to always happen. You know what I'm saying? And it may not happen right away, right? Jared said in the comments that sometimes like you just got to show people. And I want us to be very careful at the same time because that can't be your sole motivation. Your sole motivation for going after your vision, it can't be just to show somebody or prove somebody wrong. Because at some point in time, that's not going to hold weight anymore, right? You have to know why it is that you're doing what you do, right? You have to say, "Yo, all right, God, you showed me this. I'm going for it." And if people
Yeah,
come along with me, great. If people don't come along with me, cool. Because like I heard a preacher say, you and God is an army. You know what I'm saying? Like flat out, you and God, by it, y'all an army. So the thing about it is that I think what I would like for us to understand is we cannot allow ourselves to get stuck in the rat race of expectation of others. We can't allow ourselves to get stuck there. And what we have to make sure that we're doing is we're constantly holding ourselves accountable that we are locked in on what it is that we said that we're going to do and we stay consistent to what it is that we said that we want to do and we are locked in and dialed into why it is that we are doing what it is that we're doing so that this way we are not easily stopped because at that point the only person that could stop you is you. Nobody's expectation, nobody's opinion, nobody's anything now has the power over you to make you stop moving, right? And so I think, bro, this was such a phenomenal conversation because, again, I think so many of us are stuck right there, right? And we start to question whether or not question the validity of what it is that we're doing based upon other people's expectation or based upon other people's support. You know what I'm saying? And if people ain't support, or maybe that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
maybe that's not. And the reality of it is too. What I want us to understand too is that look, as Wayne said, you might get more support from people who are not your blood, who are not your flesh and blood, and that's cool. That's all right. Don't hate your cousins because they not supporting you. like you said earlier, Wayne, maybe what you doing is not for them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just don't see the value in what you're doing. That's cool. But if there's other people who see the value in it, those people will most definitely come. So we have to just be very, very, very mindful of the fact that you do what you do, and people are going to, like you said, Wayne, people are going to be attracted who find value in what it is that you're doing. Those who don't find value in what you're doing, you still love them, you still have compassion for them, and all of that. But you just know that's not your tribe. You know what I'm saying? That's not your. That don't mean that you don't have no love for them. But as you said at the top of the show, Wayne, your gift was given to you to serve a specific need for a specific group of people or person, right? Specifically to help them. And so the way that you're successful is to find out what that thing is, find out who needs it, and double down on it and give it to and serve them with it with all your time, your energy, and your resources. That's what it's all about, right? And everybody else, if they come to the party, great. If they don't, that's just fine. That's just fine. And so that's it, bro. You got anything to close as we going through our common vision, walk in your purpose according to God's perfect will. That's 100%. You can't live life proving people wrong. It's exhausting. The body takes count. Know your why. Let your why be greater than your vision. Come on. Absolutely. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and Jared said this is so much confirmation. So listen, praise God for it. So, bro, you got any closing thoughts before we lock it up?
Nah, that's it, man. They got enough to munch on, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So y'all keep going. Y'all do not allow or don't put unfair expectations on other people, and don't allow others expectations of you if they're not in alignment with where you're going. You can't let it slow you down. You know what I'm saying? You just can't let it slow you down. And so hopefully this if you were stuck in this area, prayerfully this got you unstuck, or at least put you on a path of getting unstuck, so that this way you can build the best you possible. Because as we said at the top of the show, we believe that you can't build anything bigger than you build you. And that's why Lunch and Munch is here, is to make sure that you build the best you possible, that you have the resources to build the best you possible, and that we eliminate all excuses from you building the best you possible, so you can build your goals and your dreams on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's this I need this to be a live studio audience. So yo, listen, you better talk about it. You better talk about it. You better listen. You better put that thing. You better talk to the Lord. You better talk to the Lord, because that's next level. You she's
And
I
you
love
know
it
what?
here. Hey,
You
and
know
we and,
what?
and we love
You
you
know
being
what?
here. Yo.
You know what? Yeah, thank you, Blue Heart Faith, for tapping in. Bro, Jeremiah just hit on something. We'll talk on the back line. Something just hit me when she said that.
So
Something just hit me when she said that.
hey, yo,
Bro,
bro.
something just hit me, bro.
Hey, Jared, look what you started. Look what you started, Jared. So we going to chop it up on the back line. Listen, we love y'all to absolute life. We thank y'all for tapping in with us and rocking with us. This got to be show like what we said 80 last week, bro. So this is show 81. So this right here is show 81. We love y'all to absolute life. We thank you for tapping in with us. Tell a friend to pull up to the Lunch and Munch. We do this 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Tuesday. And listen, there's no Lunch and Munch without y'all. So pull up on us next week, and we're going to expand our conversation. We're going to expand our perspective. And now Jared in the comments, we about to expand the platform. You heard me? So we love you to absolute life. Yeah. We love you to absolute life. And listen, we're going to see y'all next week. Oh, if you haven't liked and subscribed, liked this page, subscribe to this page, like this video. Also hit that, tap that bell notification so you'll be notified every single time we go live. We love y'all to absolute life. And y'all can follow us on IG too, so you can get some clips of this whole thing. If you don't want to watch this whole joint, you can go ahead and hop on IG and catch the highlights. You heard? Love y'all to life. We talk to you soon. Peace.